And welcome back, everyone. My goodness, a break well needed. That was a reasonably long series and a pretty good one. It was a 2-0 for VG, which I'm sure a lot of people probably didn't see coming, but LGD, they finally lose not even a series, I guess. I mean, technically 2-0, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to be a negative Nancy about it, but it felt more like
They threw it.
they just played worse
Okay.
than Vici did. And while Vici did a lot of things correctly, don't get me wrong, it's not always the most satisfying to see game. Like, it's fun in the aspect of like going back and forth. I have no idea who's going to win this game.
If you like crazy Dota, it was fun, but if you
Yeah.
like Dota, this like, oh my god, it's an art. It's Picasso.
Magical,
Well, I
yeah.
hate Picasso, but like a real artist.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't what it is, but it was still fun Dota. But
Yeah.
Brian, that was awesome. Did you know you can ask us other questions? Hashtag MDL After Dark. You can tag us. You
I
can
did
tag
not know
BTS.
this.
You can do that. If you want to know what BSJ's favorite color is, ask him that if you
I'm
want.
not going to answer it unless you hashtag it.
You have to hashtag it. I know it's blue
How do you know that?
because you always look sad.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. But we are into a draft now, and this is OG versus Mineski. So two teams that, Mineski, they've won lands. OG, they have as well 2 years ago.
Yeah,
but
I was going to say.
they're still very good. I mean, S4 is still one of the best players in the world. I would say Jarek's very good. No Tail, he's been struggling, but this team fight meta, when it comes back, like, I feel No Tail is still one of the best like team fight carries, but the problem is it feels like it's shifted a little bit away from that. And
Yeah, and
Season
me and Kyle casted their game yesterday, and both of our shared opinion was that they just have to choose one core and
Yep.
say you're the one on our team.
who farms or
Yeah, and we're gonna play around you.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be the core part of our team. We're gonna play our win condition. Our play style is gonna be based on you, and we felt that was what happened in OG's first series.
Yeah, and well, look at this.
And
First pick Nature's Prophet.
This is almost most certainly a support. Jakiro quite good against the Nature's Prophet
Yep.
because of the attack speed, slow, and damage over time on the Trance. It just eliminates a lot of the aggression potential in whatever lane he goes to. And then the Kunkka, obviously, for the Tidebringer just being so good against pretty much every summons hero. And I think this hero has just been going up and up in terms of priority. I have to believe it'll be core, but I haven't seen OG pick it yet. And I also haven't seen the hero first round.
The thing is, how do you counter a hero if you can put a Razor against a hero and he still comes out even? Like, what do you do to counter a hero like Kunkka Middle? Can you?
I don't know. I mean, that's why maybe it got bumped up to first round.
Yeah.
That's why DP traditionally has been a hero that you just pick first, because if it's going to do its job in the mid lane, suddenly it feels pretty good.
And then I like these ban. Obviously, Pango from Ice Ice Ice, and I've noticed Seb has brought that to the table. You have to ban Beastmaster versus him. Like Seb's or Mad, I think he goes by Seb now. I'm not sure, but his Beastmaster is insane, and I think it's been first banned every single game versus him.
Yeah, for sure. I think that offers a lot to a draft. That Lone Druid, another patented hero from the OG lineup, and they just go straight for the Venge, which I think Mineski's the only team picking Venge.
There's a few. I think actually OG has picked it before, but like very rare. They just give it to Fly. They're like, and it's in a case like he needs to swap a core out.
Yeah,
But
and this is
Mineski
quite an
first
early
picks
pick.
it. Yeah.
Maybe they're just gearing up for a high physical damage lineup. There's a lot of carries that synergize with the Venge, and maybe Venge itself will be a carry. I'm never really a big fan of that nowadays. They changed her talents like a while back. You used to have like a stats talent and a damage talent. Now the talents are all like
Her level 10's so bad.
Yeah,
Like, it's actually might be the worst 2 level 10 talent. -1 Wave of Terror and
like magic resistance or something, right?
Yeah, and it's like not even high. It does
Yeah.
not feel good on Venge.
And yeah, she used to get like attack speed and then stats and then damage. And it's like, well, that could turn her into a carry. But now heroes that don't get anything for free don't feel too good as carry heroes.
I think she lost agility gain too, which was she had like one of the highest in the game, and
Yeah,
you take
she-
that away. And,
Yeah, and all these little things add up a lot, especially just like when you ask about heroes that used to be in the meta, such as like Terrorblade. These get a bunch of little nerfs, and suddenly these matchups that used to favor them, if they favor another hero, then
why pick her?
yeah, if you
Or
pick
him?
Terrorblade, and then
Yep.
suddenly the hero that used to be favored for Terrorblade is now favored for that hero, suddenly there's like 5 other heroes in the pool that you have to be concerned about them picking, and that just makes a hero hard to make work. And so, first thing I think of when I see Venge and Nature's Prophet is they just can't really deal with elusive multi-target heroes, and they instantly ban out PL, and even Brewmaster can be that way as well. And I like those bans for the type of playstyle that these two heroes represent, and I want to see Mineski. I'm curious. I want to see them pick a hero that doesn't die to Kunkka, like in the core role.
So what would that be?
Like anything that gets out of X. So you can do like the Jug Lifestealer type heroes. You can do pretty much anything that builds items like Yules. Like the Queen of Pains. Like I know that they died at the X, but a lot of Queen of Pains they'll buy Yules. Just like heroes that naturally want to not die to Kunkka because whatever reason this Kunkka hero, I mean it seems pretty strong. We've seen it I feel like almost every game.
Almost, and I mean the boat, such a short cooldown for how much it provides, and because of his tool set, he's guaranteed 3 to 4 seconds of stun if, like you said, you don't have a Lifestealer or Juggernaut being able to get out of it.
Yeah, and I don't want them to have to draft an entire lineup around it, but if the Venge, you usually want to pick one, and even Death Prophet's a naturally, I think, good hero against the Kunkka just because you build these items that make you not get bursted full of zero.
That's an instant Naga pick. Oh,
wow.
You left Naga in against Mineski. I'm surprised they didn't pick it first off when they had first pick, but they had Naga and Nature's Prophet. I think they're two most picked heroes.
Is it always a support for them?
I don't believe so, but I think more than likely it is. I think
OG's the only team I saw run it as a core.
Yep. I think usually it is just on jabs.
Odd against the clock just because you can't actually cast your abilities when you're battery assaulted.
Yep.
But
extremely high armor, so it's battery assault hurts you, but the rest of them don't.
Yeah, I'm just saying in the mid to late game. In the early game, I favor Naga because Clockwork has 1 base armor, and you have the Riptide, and you also have the Venge. But I feel like it's a little awkward as the game goes on, but they do have the Venge swap. I just like the fight reset from the Naga against the heroes that OG has. You just start the fight over.
Hopefully a few more sleeps than yesterday. We watched, was it with you or was it with Kyle?
It was not with me. I did not see
Naga casted 2 sleeps in, I think, 38 minutes.
Okay.
And they weren't very successful sleeps.
That's not very many indeed. So that hero, that's the main toolkit of Naga. The vision game, the ability to take the fights that you want to take. And Underlord kind of does does another reset. We're back to the reset, and I think the best way to draft against a Naga is to pick heroes that when they come out of the sleep, they're just they're fine being
there. They're not going to die, exactly.
They're not based on mobility, they're just based on they're just going to sit there and tank through it. Underlord, a hero that used to be super valuable because his Q went through Roche.
Not
and
anymore.
They go for the Lina.
Which we haven't seen a lot of, actually. Lina hasn't been banned or picked much this tournament at all.
So another Yules hero. They do lack a lot of catch for the Lina other than the X, so once he has the Yules, it's just the Clockwork at that point. And I think the Lina's main concern as a hero is to just be ran at. Heroes like Lycan are super annoying for Lina just because they get up in your face. The PLs, the Lycans, the Slarks, these type of heroes can be super obnoxious. So I think that OG is going to look to pick a hero that has a lot of armor, as weird as that sounds like. It looks like they're going to be against a Nature's Prophet Naga lane. So I think that they can either pick a safe lane carry such as Troll, or they can put the Underlord safe lane and then do some dual aggro with the Clockwork and an agile carry, one that doesn't really die in the laning stage. But Mineski still could be a core Venge. You never know.
Could be.
They are the one team that does it.
Yeah, you just see it's one of those, right? You talk about heroes that can't catch back up. Venge has 0 tools for farming.
I think ever since they changed their talents, I don't think I've ever seen a Venge be farmed. No matter how well the early game went for them.
Yeah, and it feels like if it does go, and sometimes you just win the game early. So if a Venge doesn't make it to the late game as a core, it just doesn't feel that good. OD gets banned out.
I'm still ready for the Lifestealer. It's super good in lane against the Underlord, good against the other 3 heroes from OG. I think they kind of just need a hero that stands in front on the side of Mineski. I myself with my 6-hero pool would be a snap pick, but curious to see where they go. I think OD would have been just fine. The Astral Save against the Kunkka X, as well as the good matchup in lane against the Underlord. I feel like you take the good matchup in lane against Underlord. There's several choices, such as Monkey King, Lifestealer, even a hero like Ursa. As weird as that sounds, could be pretty good here. I think that Underlord's a hero that heavily relies on the laning stage. And so if they can they have the opportunity to counter it, and I feel like they should take it. And the suspense is absolutely killing me.
Well, we have 1 minute and 30 seconds, so they could use all that time if they want. Speaking of why is Ursa not seeing play anymore? Like, why is Ursa so bad?
You're usually like there was that one patch where the mid lane had one extra creep, so the safe lane was more of like the 2, maybe even the 3 of the team. But now the safe laners are almost always prioritized as like the hard farming 1. Like they are the hero that's supposed to get the most farm in the game, and Ursa just doesn't do that. So I think that the hero is actually not bad. I just don't think he really fits
what people are doing.
Yeah,
right now.
and I think that I'll honestly say if there's some shift in meta that changes, I think Ursa will be top tier.
Well,
So they go Troll. Not a bad lane matchup against the Underlord, but I don't know. I feel like I would have liked some of the other heroes better. I think Troll gets crowd controlled really hard by the lineup of OG. It's also a decent deny pick. I think Troll, I said, was pretty good for OG.
Yeah.
So they maybe were considering that.
A lot of the time, a lot of people are like, well, Troll doesn't have synergy, but this time with his ulti, all these heroes love that.
Yeah, even the Nature's Prophet for the kill potential with the Sprout.
A lot of damage,
Yeah. He has like a 30 or 40 damage talent at level 10.
So wait, this is gonna be a off lane.
I think it's off lane Prophet Naga.
Okay.
I think.
Well, who's gonna be playing? What's Ice gonna be playing?
The Prophet.
Okay.
I am still saying I believe.
Yeah.
But
you don't know. I mean, that's why they pick these heroes. Even I'm sure OG's
stuff.
like, huh, wonder. And now Slark comes out. Okay.
So I mentioned the Slark being good against the Lina, but Slark is not a high armor hero, and he should struggle against Naga, Nature's Prophet. The thing is that I mentioned in the draft that Jakiro immediately addresses the Nature's Prophet problem in regards to the treants are a heavy source of his damage in the laning stage, and now it allows you to get away with slightly greedier laners against that lineup. And it's a really good Slark game at the end of the day, but as long as he gets out of the laning stage. And the thing is, Slark's been getting the buffs he needs to not have that issue be nearly as bad anymore.
And this is going to be a Seb Slark, Big Daddy No Tail Kunkka.
He got fired, I guess after the drums rush.
Going over to the mid lane, so Big Daddy No Tail Kunkka going to go up against Lina middle. Kunkka obviously with the deny with the Tidebringer. How good is this like matchup for either Lina or
I feel
Kunkka?
like Lina struggles against the harass, but also she has Lina likes melee heroes that she can just light strike array while they're going for CS, so you get the harass damage as well as the CS at the same time. I will tell you though, I don't think I've ever played that matchup, so I would guess it's about even. It can kind of be kill potential both ways as well. So both 6s represent a lot of volatility in that mid lane. I think anybody they can bring the Prophet in, the Naga net will set up for a Lina kill, and then also any slows that set up the X Torrent combo from Kunkka at level 6 will be a kill as well.
And I like this. Ice picked up NP, and then after all the heroes were picked, they swapped after, maybe a little mind game, and he's on the Naga, so.
I'm fine with either way they chose to do it.
I think either of those heroes are both good with farm. And
I think
good
core
without farm.
Naga is better against Slark than core Prophet. Is how I would probably say it. Core Prophet, I feel like on average will just feed you.
They swap back again. Wait up.
Stop confusing me.
Go back. Ice is still on the Naga. All right, making sure. All right, so
I really think either way would have been fine, but.
Yep, that is gonna be. Is that just gonna be the lane bottom too? You're just gonna have Naga Nature's Prophet running at you.
Yeah, Prophet is a hero that his only weakness is he always wins trades. It's pretty impossible to win trades against a 60 base damage hero plus the treants. So the best method is to kill him. So the best way to lane Prophet is to put him with any melee 4, Night Stalker, Spear Breaker, Naga, and that hero is just supposed to sit in front, tank for him, and help him with his aggressive potential.
Do you like S4 on? I mean, that's the biggest thing, right? A lot of fans out there, they like S4 on game changers, like Leshrac. We see him actually been playing a lot. Do you like him on something a little more passive, like Underlord, or do you think it wastes him?
I legitimately don't think I've ever seen him play Underlord.
I might have, but I don't remember it.
But I always thought of him as kind of the flashy player. A little interesting that they're choosing to pick a hero like this. I feel like a lot of teams, the off laners are either these playmakers always, or they're always these type of Omni Underlord heroes, Yep. And so curious to see how he plays it out. I just want to mainly look at the fact that the Slark can take over this game, and I really hope we see not a drums.
Yep. So you don't want. Is drums ever good on Slark?
I think the only reason you used to ever build it was the stats, because he has such terrible stat gains, like one of the lowest stat gains in the entire game. And now drums doesn't really give stats. So I don't really see the validation for Slark to buy a type of item like that. He only goes treads and Aquila because those items give stats.
Makes sense. So bottom lane, feels like it could be a rough one. It's going to be Slark Jakiro going up against Nature's Prophet plus Naga. That is a lot of damage. And then middle is going to be Lina versus Kunkka, like we said. This is the first time I think I've seen a support go middle this early. Oh, he's going for the chicken, but already going to be back.
Late, yeah.
Good effort.
It's a thought that counts.
It is. We both went to public school, you can tell. But so top lane, it is going to be S4 going Troll plus Venge, who goes back up there. Can you zone out an Underlord at level 1?
He
like
blocked the range creep in front with the cog blocks, so the lane's going to naturally push into him, so no. If they had done it a little bit better on the but you can't really stop it now if they do that kind of stuff because the creeps don't aggro you. Yep. So now the lane's just going to push into the Underlord, and he should get a free level 2 off that.
Ooh, deny on the range creep for him there, though. So middle lane, it's going to be Clockwork actually just runs through, says hello. He's just blocking. I'm not really sure where he's going. Getting the chicken, all right. What does the Clockwork want to get done in this game? Obviously, I mean, Lina, Venge, Troll, and even Nature's Prod, pretty good targets to just hook onto and get on top of.
Yeah, he definitely has high threat potential, but the rest of his cores need some levels before they actually assist him. Underlord, not really a hero you play around, so that's all he did was block with the cogs top and then left him alone. And then Kunkka, you kind of need some levels as well. And Slark, obviously, same deal. So I think Clockwork's kind of just going to be doing pretty much what he's doing now, where he just maybe soaking some levels top with these creeps that got pulled into the big camp, maybe go pull bottom in a little while. I don't really see how else he passes the time exactly in a game like this. But as the game goes on, I agree, he scales quite well.
Ooh. He actually tries to trap Ninja Boogie in there, and they farm up some of his cogs right there. The question is who's going to get this big Wild Wing Ripper, and they're going to fight over it. They are definitely going to fight over it. But Mushi will get it now. Jarex can trap him in. He has Battery Salty as well, has the trap. He will get him in there. Ninja Boogie, no mana for a stun. He's going to get pushed out. Can they chase him down, trying to take up some of the damage? That is the first blood for Jarex.
Like I said, ganking for the Underlord, who's going to do that level 2. I don't really expect that to go down. Yeah.
That was all. They wanted that big creep, and he got punished for going for that Wild Wing Ripper.
Yeah, sometimes you just get a little too greedy. You're like, I should be winning this lane, and you try to make too much happen. And the thing is, even though S4 isn't really on a hero that makes these plays, Clockwork is strong against the support and core in this lane.
I can't believe Jarex and S4 are both level 3 in this lane, too, already. Before 3 minutes, and look at it now, Jarex, he is actually very scary. Pops a mango, runs after Mushi, get a trap him in, they kill the creeps off, and now Mushi, he's just dead. Even if he runs out, he doesn't get pushed by the cogs, nicely done, but...
He has no TP either. He already used that to get back to lane 40 seconds.
Wow.
And this is
two
why
quick
I didn't
kills.
really love the Troll nearly as much as I like these other heroes that just don't die against these type of heroes. But at the end of the day, they are doing okay in the other lanes. They actually have the top 3 heroes for CS despite the Troll dying twice. But Troll does not want this. He is not winning this lane despite the CS looking like it does.
You see, that bottom lane, like we talked about, they're just running in. Uh-oh. Seb, in a lot of trouble, does have Pounce. Will be able to get out if he wants. Still trying to do a ton of damage. But, man, very aggressive by both players. Seb, health pots up. No, he's going to back out. So middle lane, we talked about No-Tail. Maybe not his, like, I mean, you don't really expect to see him middle or on Kunkka, but here he is. And it's 15-2 against 25 on Lina, so reasonably even with Lina with a little bit of a lead.
That's the thing we've been saying with Kunkka. He just doesn't really lose the lane.
Like,
doesn't really
he
win.
could be down, but...
He's like the new DK.
The new DK, I was going to say, you kind of sit there. Moon, just going for harass, going for the rune. No-Tail is going to scoop it up here.
Double damage.
It's a nice rune to have. Helps you last hit as long as you don't get Light Strike or Raid while going for a creep. So the Slark, currently 15-4, doing pretty good. Do you think... Should Dire be harassing him a little bit harder? Or
it's so hard. He says, I mean, he has 4.5 HP regen. It makes such a difference on a hero like this that you used to whittle him down. And before he hit level 6, he ran out of regen and couldn't afford to get any more.
They're going on middle right now. They try to get it. Oh, behind. Nature's Prophet TP's in, but he's too far behind. But this is going to be a kill on the Kunkka, possibly on Jarex. They're just going to right-click him down. Does have the Orb of Venom. Only a 4% slow because it's range, but Jarex, look at this, denying the cogs still, even when that low. And that's a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, that was a DD rune make usage of from the Kunkka, but he's still a lower level than the
He doesn't
Lina.
get experience because he goes down. That's, man. So Lina's a full level up now pretty much. And almost level 6 up on Moon. Definitely could look for some kills there. Over here, Jarex is in trouble now on the Clockwork. Oh, okay. Hit him with Laguna Blade.
Yeah, it's super low cooldown, no problem throwing it out like that. And That's the mid lane for you. They are pretty even, but the Lina has her 6 first, and so this lane is something to definitely pay attention to because both heroes will have kill threat on the other, especially once Kunkka hits 6.
And both, as you said, I mean, 70-second cooldown for Lina and the ship, only 60-second cooldown. Both very low for how much damage they do. Jabs? Pretty poor, 700 gold right now. Looks like he's just going straight, earn no boots. Pretty common with the support Nature's Prophet. What do you like earn into what on Nature's Prophet? We've seen
some of the drums we've
treads,
seen
Meteor Hammer even.
Yeah, medallions. He's kind of just whatever they think is the most useful. I don't think he gets a Meteor Hammer this game because usually that's like the supplement.
Push.
Yeah, that's something to supplement tower pressure, and they have Lina, Troll, 2 heroes that definitely shred towers. And he's actually going Meteor Hammer on the Naga, which is obviously not more so for the tower, but for the farm efficiency as well as the stun.
Not gonna get trapped in. Ninja Boogie's here now, but they just get out of there. Jarek's gonna take a ton of damage. I like this. S4 just committing to save his teammate. It's a long cast. Oh my god.
Not even close.
Not even. Jarek's, he knew.
He did the math.
Nice save. S4 just doing it to save his teammate. Don't let
mid lane as well, and Moon is actually barely living here. So quite a volatile mid lane, as we said. Both heroes backing off with relatively low health.
It is a 1k lead still, so the Troll died twice top, but they're still up 1,000 gold.
Yeah, I mean, Troll's the best recovery hero on their team for sure. Like, Naga and Lina are pretty active as cores. So if Troll, as long as he's allowed to farm after this, he'll be just fine with what occurred top. Yeah. He just has to be careful of bleeding kills when the Clockwork hits level 6, because that will be most likely where he looks to pressure when he does, as he already has been this entire laning stage. And as long as the Troll, he's already caught in another Cog's top lane.
No fire yet. And that is a big chunk of their damage. It looks like they will still be able to just run. There comes the fire. And
he had whirling axes from Troll. I don't know why he didn't use them there.
Middle lane looks like they're going on no tail. He's still alive even after that. He's going to throw the boat, give himself the mitigation. Jarek's maybe scaring him away as well. So a dodged gank there from no tail.
And they're just going to shrine up and go right back. Slark's almost level 6 bottom, so he's good to go. They don't have the best kill threat on him until maybe a Lina Yules, and even then that's not the best either. Pretty much all of their stuns are slow on the side of Mineski, so he should be able to reactionarily dark pack them off, which is quite nice. But in the later stages of the game, they have a crap load of damage, so he will have to be very careful. Sometimes he might just die before the back even goes off.
So is he just going to go like Aquila into Shadowblade? That's
I sure hope so.
All right.
That's what I think he should do. Maybe a stick as well, or a wand, but past that, I believe that his job is to create pressure on the map while the rest of his team, like, he has a lot of wave clears on his team. Kunkka with Tidebringer, Chikiro and Underlord, both great wave clears. Actually going on to Mushi in the top lane, but they're just going to back off. They get the tower.
Man, S4.
And Slark's just that independent hero on the side of OG. They're going to play a lot of 4-1, I think, this game. And it's his job to just be able to be around the map as survivable as possible. He's actually taking a lot of pressure bottom as they put pressure on this tower with the Nature's Prophet and the Naga. But they don't quite have the Meteor Hammer done, so I don't really see how they deal damage.
No. Goes back up, and you see Sab, and he just goes hide behind the tree. Get that regen, he's fine. Fly could be in a little bit of trouble right here. Right-click by Ninja Boogie. Doesn't want to quite commit a stun, actually. A little nervous. And that's the thing, right? S4, we talked about, he's playing not really an aggressive, flashy hero, but, man, he is really farmed, and he's almost impossible to kill already.
Yeah, I love the Vanguard against their heroes. They don't have, like, a hard right-clicker that... Like, they have right-clickers, but Lina and Troll attack fast.
Bottom sleep, pardon me. And
so the damage block high value.
Yep. He just got a casual chainmail, too, it looks like, because he wants to go back for mana boots on... What do you turn that into? A Crimson Guard,
yeah, I
probably?
think it's the full Crimson that he's going to get, but now he's like, okay, well, I'm just going to be farming for a little bit, so might as well give myself the full mana boots. I think the Greaves will be great later on. Just the armor and AoE heal, like against the lineup that Mineski has, can't hurt. And Slark should just be free to pretty much do whatever he wants. As long as he doesn't overcommit his pounce, he should have no problem staying alive until he farms up that Shadow Blade. Bounty runes are spawning. And 2-man stun from the Lina. Backs off. OG might actually get... Oh, nope. They get 3
Moon is in a lot of trouble. This is going to be a guaranteed boat as well as a torrent. That's going to be the kill. Seb actually gets it with the Dark Pack. Meteor Hammer comes down, doesn't hit anyone. And, well, you get both those... You get all 4 runes and that kill on Moon. That's big. That's a huge shift. That's like almost a 2,000 gold shift from all 4 runes in a kill.
Yeah, the runes are no joke, especially, like, honestly, at all stages of the game. But Slark is going for the Shadow Blade. You know, cross the fingers. Thank you. Thank you.
Top lane, man, Mushi, he's just been, every time I see him up there, if I see like Jarex, I'm like, well, he's just going to die.
Yeah, Underlord Troll matchup in the laning stage as well as now. It's pretty much whoever's ahead is favored. And, like,
He's far ahead.
And as far as he's beating him by almost 1,500 net worth. And the Vanguard is super valuable, as I mentioned. They attack fast, not for a lot. And that damage block will be incredibly valuable. They're actually going on Mad bottom, but he should be fine. Has Mango if he absolutely has to use it, but he doesn't. They are going to take this tower, though, with that Meteor Hammer damage.
Yeah, middle lane looks like tier 1 for tier 1, possibly. Drums. Gets popped by the Kunkka, so looks like hopefully the same. Yep, there it is. Drums into Shadow Blade on the Kunkka.
S4 TP'd bottom, trying to deny the tower. Barely missed it, but they might actually catch the jabs here. And he goes down.
So we don't defend the tower. No Tail actually gets kill on Moon middle. My bad for missing that one. And, well, that's the thing. Look at this boat. Already back off cooldown in 50 seconds. They're doing a lot of work right now. Mineski is playing a little bit sloppy, it seems, and OG, perfect rotations.
Full Crimson Guard on S4. He's pretty much unkillable.
He does just go instead of... He just doesn't feel like changing his quick buy ever. And he still has another 1,300 gold. He is really rich. Holy smokes.
Underlord is not a carry, but he farms really fast.
Like one, yeah.
And he took the Firestorm wave damage, so he will one-shot creep waves with that. Troller goes down to the Kunkka gank again.
Yeah, he's really far up by himself with no wards. Right? Like, if you have a lane ward there as Dire, that's not going to happen.
I really feel like I'm missing something. Are we seeing it? No, that's an X just to go back to base. I feel like I'm missing something because in these drafts, when I see this Kunkka, I'm like, can't people just pick a hero that doesn't die to X?
Yeah.
And every game we've seen it, the Kunkka just has ridiculous impact.
Yeah.
And I legitimately have to be missing something. I feel like these players know this. So, but when I watch these games, like I'd feel so hard for Troll to play. I always put myself in the perspective of the carry hero.
Do you think like a Lifestealer or Jug would have been like just?
Yeah, those heroes aren't like fantastic, but like I feel like every hero they were going to pick was just going to farm while the rest of his team did exactly what they're doing. And if you're going to just farm, you want to be not gankable, and that's why I like the Slark pick for OG because he's doing exactly that. And Mineski can't really do anything to him. And in the meantime, Troll has already died how many times? He's died four times. 0-4-1. And that just that's a last pick Troll. It's not like they picked it
that early
and got 3 counters or something.
Yeah. Like your last pick hero should have probably your biggest impact a lot of the time.
Yeah. And that's what I mean is I feel like they wanted the lane matchup, and it's just odd that they pick a hero that dies to the heroes they already see. But they are smoked up. They find Jerax.
Looks like he will just go down. Laguna comes out. In comes the Torn. He hookshots away. Ice Path there. Does hit onto the Vengeful Spirit. But they're sleeping. This is good. Crimson Guard. Get a wear off as well during his Meteor. Is that going to hit all 3? Nope. Just hits onto 2 of them. They get the bash up on Kunkka as well. Going to go down. Ice Path flies. S4. Firestorm won't be enough. Jabs. Just get it the right clicks on fly. And this is going to be another kill. Wow. There's a high impact Nog ulti.
That's a little weird that they, I mean, I guess they got caught out, but Slark's Shadow Blade was not quite complete, so he was not able to participate in that fight. But he could look for a kill on the tail end of this. He has Clockwork TPing in. Mushi has no survivability, no TP. He's just dead. He's going to ulti to make sure he doesn't live or die right afterwards.
Chase down Moon as well. Just has to dodge 1 Light Strike array, I think. Doesn't even have to do that. Wow. Yeah, they work on it. They did steal almost the full stack from Dire. That's why
is that what they were doing there?
Yeah,
okay.
So they were still up gold, but still losing 4 heroes to that.
And it's nice to see Slark doing exactly what we want to see a Slark doing. He actually catches him with the Torn in the bottom lane, and that does not remove Torn, but he actually dodges. He actually dodges the X with that mirror image.
Well, they know the real one now. No Tail still has boat if he really wants to. No need to use it though. And nice killer. Yeah, that was a nice torrent though. Just hits it without the X first, and then uses X. Jerax just chilling around the shrine. So where does OG do they just play super fast pace now with this Slark Shadow Blade, or are you okay with him maybe farming
He just
more?
needs to be an off-threat map, or off-the-map threat, because your farm on Slark, you don't farm slow, but you don't farm like flash farm, and all you need to do is slow down the farm of the enemy cores by making them play exactly like Mineski is in the mid lane, where they just kind of hugging each other, playing scared. And what I'd like to see from Matt is that he's walked under several wards at this point, the one near Roche as well as the one in their own jungle. just start dewarding them. You know they see you, and that's one of the best benefits of Slark. Going for the Echo Saber for the map sustain, it lets you spam your Q for the farming. And he's in no rush. As long as they're forcing Mineski to play like they are, OG is more than happy with how the pace of the game is going.
Looks like Cloak up on Underlord right now. Maybe going for that pipe. Shadowblade up on Kunkka, so yeah, they have a lot of pressure on the map. Slark Shadowblade as well as the Kunkka Shadowblade. If you don't see him on the map, you have to be worried, right?
He knows he's seen Mad. He keeps walking through his wards. Definitely a pet peeve of mine. You even fly yourself the Sentry. You get more gold for the D ward than you do for spending
I do
the
like
Sentry.
he does ping on that hill by the tier 2, where usually it's gonna be, but I like the warding from Mineski. They're placing in a little different spots, harder
you
to
definitely
counter.
have to do obscure wards because Slark knows exactly where you see him.
Almost probably the second ward. Oh, Torrent is gonna fly out hit. Here comes the boat, possibly? No. Has the Yules. Dodges the X.
And this is this is just Slark. He's not killing anybody, but look at the way Mineski has to play because they have a Slark. And that's exactly what you want to do. And you even just have Clockwork farming a lane while Underlord's also farming a lane. I like the way they're distributing their resources on OG. They just have these wave clearers, and this is exactly what makes a good Slark lineup.
Yeah. Sorry, Seb, he pinged on the hill, and then he saw he got seen earlier, and he pinged directly where the ward was now.
Yep.
That's just smart.
He knows.
That's super smart.
And I think it's honestly a travesty to let that ward last even longer. You can even fly yourself the sentries, and
because you do, you get paid back for it.
yeah, and it's just like them knowing you're there is a big deal for Mineski. They're allowed to make these plays that they are bottom, but he immediately runs bottom on the Slark, catches the Nature's Prophet. He's going to burst. Oh, nope, he gets the swap off right before, and the pursuit continues, but he's already expended his ulti, and he might just go down.
Oh, the dodge with the pounds barely, and now Moon in a little bit of trouble, but no one really wants to commit. All right.
Whole lot of nothing.
Whole lot of nothing. Echo Saber has picked up Slark. That would have been a kill if he had that before, but he will have it now. And this is scary. Mineski, they're not really getting anything done on the map, right? It's just Mushi farming top.
And I think if the game continues like this, it absolutely favors OG, and Mineski will eventually have to make something happen. I always believe that's around a Roche and a BKB, and I like that Mushi is going straight for the BKB right after the Mask of Madness. I don't think there's another option. I think that if you keep letting this go on as long as it can, then you're just not in a good spot. They go on to the Lina, and this is why heroes like Slark are so good against Lina. Despite the fact that Lina offers the burst, you kill her way better than she kills you.
Exactly. You just get on top of her, and what's she going to do? Yules herself set you up for another easy pounce Dark Pact, and now just going to push top tower. And that's one of the best parts about Jakiro on a 5-roll, right? You have someone who can push towers who's doesn't need farm.
Yeah, one of the easiest going pushers in the game. You don't have to commit anything at all.
Doesn't go for the we've been seeing Puppey actually goes like 2-4-2 now with the Ice Path. Not needed this game. They're not really team fighting. It just seems it's either Seb finds somebody or you don't have to fight.
And I like the way Fly's been playing this game. He kind of just goes wherever a tower's takeable, and he just follows whatever core is doing that. And you're seeing it in a skill build too. He just max the liquid fire. He's just pushing E on those towers. And we're seeing the Naga is actually going for a Radiance.
Yep.
And she's caught out by the X. Torrent has no ability to remove that X.
Oh. Yep.
Slark's here. He can just TP if he gets it. Goes for the blind Torrent, but not possible for him to stop that TP.
So do you like the raid? Do you think they just need another carry because they know Mushi's so far behind? Or
I like the Radiance and the idea that they have to scale, but I also think that Naga used to be really good against Slark because the illusions gave you the gem, but now Slark can scout you out. There's no real reliable way to... You're not going to get any XP when you're farming. You're just going to be low level because the Radiance illusions are going to clear for you. And with all the nerfs to illusions Radiance on illusions, I think it's just drastically shifted in favor of Slark. But they are just going to take Roche. They know that Mineski doesn't have Song, which makes it much easier.
Yeah, they're doing it pretty quick. No medallion even. You just commit all 3 cores, so I guess that helps out quite a bit. But the trees will scout out. Yeah. They know how low it is. Not much they can do, though. You see they're not even rotating over. They just want to scare them a little.
They're just going to try to push out the other lanes as fast as they can. Top, bottom, and mid.
Oh, the runes. Uh-oh. Jabs? Jabs might be in trouble. He wanted that rune, and He is going to be in quite the pickle. He'll just get cleaved on down. Not really, because he just got attacked, but still. Roche is up, though. Not going down yet.
Yeah, 4th health on the Roche. They're in no particular rush, per se, but they do need to finish it before the Naga Sleep comes off cooldown.
Looks like they will now. Liquid Fire pretty good versus Roche as well. And it will go down. Leap away, Seb. Man.
I like this BKB coming out from Slark. I think the only way he really dies is getting slept into Meteor Hammer follow-up, and BKB you can activate before the Meteor Hammer stuns you. So I really like that item purchase from Mad here, and I just think on Slark that the only thing you have to do in games like this is not die. Your hero will naturally represent kill threat, and you just have to play smart and not die in fights, and that's exactly how he's building, and I'm really happy with his item build.
He's 5-0-0. Oh, Jerix does get a kill on Moon. What is... Moon just in the enemy team jungle right here. Interesting. Just ends up going down, trying to be greedy and farm.
I think he's just dodging the Slark because he knows in his own jungle Slark's going to be hunting him.
Yep.
So he's just trying to make space for the team by farming dangerous farm.
Yep, and Slark, he's going behind the tower. Oh, he could find Ninja Boogie.
He's sentry.
They have a sentry down. Oh, and he misses that sentry. Saves the life of Avenge. They're just going to push middle, though. Underlord's coming in as well on a creep. Creep almost dies, but they're good. They get the tier 2. Do they go for more? Do you just siege with liquid fire?
I think you at least forced everyone on the side of Mineski back, including the Naga. But Lena's going to be alive, and they missed the liquid fire attack, actually.
Feels
and
bad.
They do have to deal with this bottom lane eventually. The Naga does have Radiance, actually, and 250 gold. They're in no rush, but at the same time, they have to keep this pressure up, and they're doing that very well. Slark just has to never leave this side of the map, Mineski side of the map, that is, because they have to sit in base, like you're seeing here.
And it's just, yeah, just Ice as Ice, the only one farming. He's just bottom lane and in the bottom jungle, and he will have that Radiance, like you said, 30 gold.
They're probably going to smoke up with it because they have the Radiance and the BKB on the Troll.
What do they want to find? Do they just look for whoever they can find?
Anyone that isn't Slark, I think, is good. I don't think they can kill Slark, and he has Aegis as well. So as long as they don't find Slark, I think it's good.
There you go. These Rocket players so annoying too. It just keeps giving him constant information. They know Lena was up top. They can just push out middle and, well, Radiance, Meteor Hammer. Are you just all in on this Naga now, or like Lena has to find farm somewhere, right?
I was going to say that Slark falls off, but not when his other two cores are 3rd and 4th in the net worth. So I think that even though they have this Radiance for farming, they have to fight. They do not win this battle. The 2-man Torrent
Goes in. Seb's there as well. Moon is going to dodge some of the abilities here, but he's just going to come right down to the root. Nice swap back, and they're not going to go for Moon. They'll just lose Ninja Boogie, and man, Ninja Boogie gets a save. Bottom lane, Fly goes down. Jerix is here trying to kill Jabs. He can't get out of there. Meteor Hammer comes down. Will stun up Clockwork, and now ulti into a TP.
I like that they don't dive the Lena there. Obviously, it'd be very good to kill the Lena, but I feel like as long as OG's not dying on their course, I don't see how they really lose this game.
They did know the Naga and Nature's Prov were bottom, though. You don't think it's a bad idea to just go in?
Maybe he didn't see it. Whatever the reason is, he had already popped his ultimate. It's just like...
It's not worth the risk.
Yeah, I look at Slark and I'm just like, in a game like this, as long as you keep up the pressure and limit the farm, like he's running straight back top. Lena has no TP. He knows this. Does he have detection? He does not. That's I think a little bit of a misplay by him. But at the end of the day, it's just like you are slowing down the progression of items, and No Tail is actually found out bottom by Ice. He cancels the Meteor Hammer, gets the boat off. He actually just turns his kill.
Is he gonna miss?
Who's finding who is the real question here.
That is, and 0 Radiance misses right there, like 4 attacks in a row. They just get the kill. Damn.
Ice clearly doesn't play Spearbreaker because that 17% did not work out for him there.
That's almost a full dayless on Kunkka now. No Tail. Very good Kunkka.
Yeah, with no fights happening, this is just such a benefit for OG. And Mad does have the BKB if he wants to buy it now. He actually walked underneath a ward and a sentry. I feel like Slark's probably the best carry in the game to just give him a gem around this time in the game because...
And the lead, with
look
the
at how
Lena
much
having
vision.
Shadowblade too.
Yeah, look how much vision the Dire has. And you have Aegis. I'm not going to lie. I feel like people don't have the sense of urgency to just, yep, they gave him a gem. Thank you. I think that's super important. I think that's really good for them. Use the rest of this Aegis to reliably, because the only time you're going to die on Slark is when you're actually just hitting a ward, like, because they see you.
Yeah.
So he'll remove this one in the jungle. He sees that he's seen. He's going to look for it. He's going to find it. And they will just slowly lose all the vision on the map for Mineski, and that's when Slark becomes the absolute terror that he is, especially at nighttime.
Yep. With the BKB.
Yeah,
Like,
BKB
it's
nighttime,
so
no wards. How do you possibly get the jump on this guy? And they actually are going to sit this sentry, and he's going to walk into it.
tough. He's dead.
And that's an Aegis.
It is an Aegis. Torn is going to fly. He does have his ultimate
That
still,
Aegis
so
was
they have to
actually
go
out
away.
in like 15 seconds, so not a problem
That
that
works.
he lost it there.
And now they're going to look. They will know the ward is up there, but who can get it for them? There
Nice
you
path
go.
vision. There you go.
Nice
Yep.
Pash.
Super
Really?
important on Slark. All the viewers watching out there. Make sure you get this gem or at least some sentries because he sees that another ward. And Mineski suddenly went from having 4 wards on the map to 0.
Yep. And now they can just push bottom lane and siege unit there. Liquid fire.
Pipe on the Underlord as well, so that Radiance really has virtually no impact if there's ever a team fight.
Do you think should OG? Are you still fine with them playing a little safer? When do you want to see him pressure?
I just want them to corral Mineski. So right now, I'm really hoping they walk somebody top with this clock.
Oh,
They're
wait
searching.
up, Jerix. There's a sentry ward. They know he's there. They're not giving all that away, but he has no boots.
Yes. This is exactly how they have to play. Say, draw a line on the river.
No. Oh,
Is he going to kill it?
yeah, no
He has
boots.
no boots on
Yeah.
jabs. Yeah, you're right.
Nice use from Jerix.
Yeah, just draw this line outside their base saying, you're not allowed to cross this. If you do, we're going to do
Okay.
that. And I think that's about the level of aggression they should have in this game.
This is a different OG than we've seen in some previous games. They're just playing a lot more aggressively. It feels like Seb, you put him on your playmaking hero, and he's been doing very well with it.
He's going for the butterfly queued up on Slark. I personally would have liked a Scotty a lot more just because he dies to raw burst, but the butterfly is a nice damage item for him.
Troll. Is going to be a BKB pop. Just going to try to run away. Should be able to get out of here. That's 10 seconds.
That does not feel good.
Feels good to live at least.
I mean, if you have to do it.
Yeah.
You absolutely have to do it. It's not like you misplayed by pushing BKB, but suddenly
Down one
Moon
more
is
second.
looking for the clockwork, but yep, they're actually going to get him here.
God, that's
I
so much
think.
damage. Not even a cloak yet. He hooks forward. He's going to trap 2 of them in. He 4 steps away. Oh, and the sleep saves him. We're going to see a TP out. Almost loses all his mana. Naga almost got pushed by another Cogs. He would have lost mana and couldn't TP. That was very close.
That would have been awkward.
That would have been very awkward. But there we go. Nature's Prophet pushes out top. They defend bottom, have it pushed in, and they are kind of outside of the line OG's drawing.
But now they're suddenly in their base.
Stuck in their base. Yeah.
And that's what I like about what OG's doing is they don't necessarily. It's not something where you can just permanently keep them there, but every time they go, just make some sort of movement where you're like at least searching for them and saying you're not allowed to be here. And Clockwork, if he wants it, could have a blade mail, which honestly, all 3 core, at least the 2 main cores, the Troll and the Lina, they don't deal with blade mails very well at all.
Man, you see, that's a level 15 Clockwork, the 15 strength. Like, they Laguna Blade, they used everything on him. And he doesn't even have a cloak or a hood or anything, and he just doesn't die.
Yeah, Slark's actually going for an AC, by the way, which, once again, I'm not a huge fan. I think the raw HP would just be better, but obviously the armor on a low armor hero like Slark is not bad, as well as the attack speed to synergize with the Essence Shift. They are smoked up on Moon as well as Ninja Boogie, but this is what Slark Gem does. How do you ever get the initiation if Slark's around? He's just scouting out. I really like what Matt is actually doing here, and he's setting up a kill on the top lane if they want it. He's going to have the BKB TP out, I think. Like, they could just bring 1 hero on the side of OG, but it looks like they're content to let... They're going to scout and see if Musha keeps going.
There you go. Sep does have to be careful. There are 2 heroes behind him. It is getting Moon and Ninja Boogie. He's just going to TP. Barely gets out. Oh, my goodness. 1 more attack would have got the kill.
I mean, that's still 33 Agi for free,
Nope.
and a BKB usage from the Troll.
Moon. Ooh, Moon almost gave away that he saw Seb, but doesn't. Yep. They know there's, like you said, oh, look, they ping right on top of the ward. Damn.
And that's actually a good ward to place against a hero like Slark, but you're going to see it eventually. You get hit by that Nature's Prophet ulti, it sort of screams that they see you.
And then, top lane. Moon trying to push it in, but they'll just let Japs. He just summons the treants, try to make pressure on this map. And look at this. No-Tail just farm him up, and he just X's right back.
And so I think this is exactly what Mineski has to do, but I feel like it's kind of just delaying the inevitable at this point. I think they were pretty much reliant on OG making a mistake. Slark has to overplay his hero, Because as long as he has his ultimate and he uses it properly, he does not die this game. But they absolutely have the burst that if he messes up once, they can capitalize on that. And he has the level 20 talent on Slark. Here's to see what he takes. The leash seems quite good against the heroes. Yep, and he takes the leash.
Oh, and they're going to hook in. They're going to find him. Torrent comes out. Whoa, 4-step. Ninja Boogie comes back, and this might just be a double. It will be. Seb gets it. Ice gets bottom tower, but yikes.
Yep, when you're sitting in your side of the map like this, you're eventually going to die when you step out of your base, which they do, and they have the Jakiro to help push. Double catapult as well.
It's nice, and yeah, there they go. Liquid Fire double catapult. We'll start bringing it down. We do see Underlord is just top pressuring Mushi.
Yeah, I mean, he's just what we call a dead hero. There's nothing you can do to this Underlord. How do you kill him? And unless you 5-man gank him, if you 5-man gank him, you're
Even
forcing
then,
a fight,
yeah.
and look at the team fight of OG, you know? It's not like Underlord's going to die fast. He has Pipe, 4-staff, Crimson. I really like the way Isosaur's playing. It allows him to show on lanes, which enables the Slark to do exactly what he's doing, which is playing off map. And by playing off map, Mineski just can't leave their base. And every time they do, they die. And so I really like the way OG's playing this. Surprisingly clean compared to some of the Dota we've seen from most of these teams, not just OG themselves. Very clean.
Yeah, they really haven't made a mistake, right? The last death was bottom. It was a support dying for a bunch of his cores, and that's fine.
It's weird to see a game where they're ahead, and as the game goes on, they're doing the right things.
And they're getting
and
more
ahead. Yeah, what a crazy concept.
Roche is going to be up.
That's their
you have to
objective
wait
for sure.
You have to wait for sleep, though, right? Like last time they took it so easily because sleep was down. Now,
just play it smart. Mineski has to make a move like this eventually, which they're doing. And OG, they just can't get caught out. Kunkka is bottom with no TP boots for 15 seconds. They might lose like a Jakiro, but oh my god, he actually isn't even going to die. He has the 4-staff and just gets away. I love the 4-staff Yules. When they have these high damage lineups, something I mentioned the other day is that you just build these kite items. The 4-staff Yules, you just don't die. And it's really nice. I like how Clock's actually going for the Ags, which is a great way to deal with the BKB on Troll, as well as the one coming out on Lina eventually.
Uh-oh. And here we go. They're all grouping up right now. Seb, he's thinking about going in. Looks like he will. Ton of damage. Do we have the Yules? It will come out, but now guess what? They can trap him in place. BKB pop. He's going to get the kill. He can keep going if he wants. Just scare him away. Leaps forward. Oh, barely misses and actually hooks into his teammate. Ninja Boogie swaps out, and some nice plays by Ice there. Jarek's a little bit of a misplay.
Meanwhile, in the background, Jabs is going down. I think. Yep, he will.
Looks like he will. Just right-clicked and then back into base. Easy kill on Ice. A buyback instantly, but it's an 18,000 gold lead now.
Yeah, Slark just doesn't die in a game like
this. Just do Roche now, right? Sleep is on cooldown.
Absolutely.
They know it.
I believe that will be their immediate move. They have the AC for making it even faster. 14 Essence Shift stacks on Slark. I see no reason to be afraid to walk into the Roche pit right now. Of course, maybe they'll wait for the Slark ultimate and BKB, but I think that may even be playing it a little too safe.
S4 is just going to start it himself.
They're actually waiting. They do have a full 60 seconds before Naga sleeps off cooldown, and they're just going to walk in now.
And now do you just, even with sleep, are you just okay sieging bases now, or do you wait for Mineski to leave base again?
I think you just whittle them down like they've been doing. Like, you see it every time they step out, just they die. And Slark in a game like this only dies if he dives. Like, if he does something hyper-aggressive where he basically delivers himself to the enemy team. Not a huge fan of them not taking the Aegis on Slark. I guess he's not really, like, the way they end the game. Like, he doesn't have to siege high ground. So, in that capacity, it may seem okay. I just feel like if Slark dies, that's really the only way they lose the game. Obviously not the best Aegis carrier because you do lose your Essence Shift stacks, but I feel like if he plays smart, he shouldn't die anyway, so maybe that's what they're thinking as well.
You do see the lanes are shoved in, though. Bottom lane pushed very heavily in favor of Dire. Even middle lane was past the river a little bit, but they were taking Roche, so they gave up a little time, and now you see Ice just drawing all over the minimap. Top Jarek's. This is going to be the bounty runes, and they are going to get all 4 of them.
Map control means even more because those bounty runes now, each one. At this stage, I believe it's 4 gold a minute. No, 3 gold a minute?
You tell me.
Yeah, it's 3 gold a minute, so at this stage they give like 170 each.
Yep. Per
Which,
hero, and they just got ×4.
that's crazy.
×4 time, yep.
Yeah,
plus
so
5
each hero
heroes.
got 680 gold.
That's not too bad, especially if you're flying up and you see he has items and he has wards.
Yeah, absolutely adds up very quickly.
He almost has a full Lotus Orb, too. And yeah, I like that. I mean, OG, like you said, they're playing exactly how they should. They're not being overly aggressive, and
They're just like
slowly
presenting
taking it.
this for constantly. It's like, you ain't going on this guy.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like, even if you manage to burst him, by that point you'll have taken so much damage and taken so long to do it that Slark, everyone else is going to be there. The Kunkka boat on top of it, if he's around. He knows they have a ward on Matt. Like, this is the beauty of Slark. This is what I love to see. He knows there's a ward there, but he doesn't feel safe to deward just yet because he actually doesn't see Mineski. So he's going to wait for his Jakiro to walk over. And you just close the map. It's a slow but sure death. And they actually waste 1 sentry on the wrong high ground, but that's okay. Sure, they'll get over it.
And wow, he has a full Lotus Orb now. Fly is extremely. I mean, he's. Look at the supports. You just look at the net worth. 10,000 for Clockwork and Jakiro. 2,000 for Ninja
That's all the
Boogie.
objectives and bounty runes. That's all it is. Neither of them are really farming. I mean, Jakiro's actually farming a decent amount in
He's
terms of like being a
pushing
wave clear.
lanes, yeah.
But at the end of the day, so is profit. You know. And so that's where all the objectives come into play.
Well, nice backdoor by Jabs. He just TPs. He's done it a few times. Just summons Treants, kills the tier 1, no backdoor protection.
S4 actually protects the wave mid, so they do have creeps coming, if they so choose. He's actually just going straight for the butterfly on Slark. Very surprised he's not going a raw HP on him. He only has 1,600 health. Slark is not a hero that you have strength gain on.
And you see these illusions just pulling the creep wave. He finishes it off again.
I do not miss Naga.
No, I don't think many people do. And look at that, even the Venge, -6 wave of terror cooldown. This is very easy to clear waves for the Dire side.
But does this win them the game? That's the question. They are smoked up. They are going to force a fight. At least they think they have to.
Creeps are in the base. There's a swap out. They're going to try to go. We do see that Torrent is going to only hit one. It's Ninja Boogie. He goes down. A lot of cooldowns on the backside. They're chasing Ice Ice Ice. They found him. Oh my goodness. Goes down so quickly. Double damage up on the Kunkka with the Daedalus. Pretty good. And now what do? If you're Mineski, do you just lose?
I believe that is the scientific term that I would try to use as well.
You see, just clear out the creep wave. They just go bottom. Creeps are pushed in. Still middle. Ooh, hook shot comes. He's going to push him back so he can't even cast that BKB right away. Finally gets it off. Going to try to right-click Jarek's 4 staffs away. Seb. He's Shadowblade. He's thinking about some kills, but they have the Sentry Ward. And he knows that. He saw it go off. And can they just get Megas here or no? Naga's back alive in 20.
I don't think they care. They have Aegis. They still have cheese on this for.
And they know that there is no BKB up on Mushi. They go in, they lock him down. He's going to die, has buyback. Going to have to use it here shortly. Moon in a lot of trouble as well. Does still have the Yules trying to run away. Gets critted. And now they just continue to fight, but man, S4, so much mitigation. Locks him down. Nice ice path. 2-man. The crit.
Ow.
From No Tail. Good game called, and damn. What a I wouldn't say perfect, but
About as
a
close
near
as much
flawless
as you
game.
can expect.
Near flawless game from OG for sure. Wow.
That was refreshing. To just say, this is what they need to do. They did it. They were ahead.
And
They won.
Yep. They really did make very few mistakes that game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting to see Mad on the the one roll of the team. You know, we talked about how that's something that we would have liked to see from yesterday, and he played Slark accordingly. And I don't think I disliked a single thing a single player did on OG. I think they all itemized very well. I especially liked S4's build. He knows he's the hero that just has to show on waves and be an unkillable target, and that's what Underlord specializes in. And then Fly just sat behind him, and it's like, who do you go on? Slark's missing with a Shadowblade and a gem. You're never going to see him. You can't kill S4. And Kunkka is always Shadowbladed and has double Daedalus at that point in the game. So
I mean, what's one thing Mineski just has to do better next game? Do you think you didn't really think it was a draft issue? Was it a play or?
I actually kind of think it's a draft issue. I think that I hate to say it, I can't see anything else. Like maybe it's just maybe it's oversimplifying it. But the fact is, you have 3 cores that all die to Kunkka X.
Yep.
Somebody's going to die.
No matter, and we did see that. Yeah,
it's a second pick Kunkka, right? Like every time he found somebody with X, they die. And I just think that makes the game incredibly difficult. And I think they all die to Clockwork too, So now you have 2 heroes on the side of OG that
force these easy kills.
Yeah, and it's like you're seeing your troll have to BKB just to get away, and that's like the last thing you want to do. And Slark, on the other hand, what does he care about? The only way he's ever going to die is sleep into like 2 stuns, burst damage, and he just buys a BKB. And that never again in that game should he ever die. And he just goes 10-0-3. And needless to say, as we said, it's not enough to just have a good draft, have the right heroes. You actually have to itemize and play accordingly, and I think OG did. So it was a nice, refreshing game to see.
If you missed earlier, Vici Gaming did 2-0 LGD, and now OG, they're up 1-0 over Mineski. Maybe a little bit of surprise, but Mineski, they've been looking, OG and Mineski, right? Like, both, people know they're both really good teams, and they both struggled at different times. Mineski, they won an event, but they've looked like they've been struggling through Epicenter.
I don't know if it's the 2-week patches, but man, it's just been like every team.
It's crazy Dota, yeah. It's super like that. But we're going to take a quick break. Game number 2 between OG and Mineski will be coming up. Stick around and find out what Brian's love life is like.